Okay, this is Why Everyone Hates Myron Gaines by Get Like Prince.
Making fun of a man that's racist to his own people. Myron Gaines is probably one of the worst creators on the internet. He low
I've seen this man before, but I've never tuned into his content. I don't know what Myron Gaines does, who he is.
key up there with Chud the Builder and Sneeko and all of them niggas. He grouped in with them. He with Andrew Tate and them. Basically, Myron is not a white man, and he gets on here and tries his hardest to appeal to a group of people that don't like him as a person. A group of people that probably would smile if, you know, he passed away. But he spends his whole life and his whole career just appealing to these people that have no respect for him as a person. And all of this is happening right now because he's been siding with Chud the Builder, the man who done made a life off.
Okay, I know what the kind of person he is then. Because Chud the Builder, if you don't know, is locked up currently for attempted murder. And I think it should also be a hate crime. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But if that's the type of people he sneaks up for, you know who he
Being
is.
racist. He was being so racist that he landed himself behind bars, which we're gonna get into later. But basically, Chud goes up to people, he harasses black people, he just being racist, calling them hard R, just saying crazy stuff to him. And then when they retaliate, he's like, bro, I'm just using my free speech. Y'all can't be mad at me. I'm just using my free speech. You know, it just doesn't make sense on a base level. Chud's whole life is I hate, you know, black people. I hate anybody who not white. And Myron ain't white. It was like at his core.
Clearly. Myron, maybe Indian, maybe black, maybe mixed, maybe he's both.
Myron is just a flawed being because you sucking these people that literally don't support you. Chud would sit in your face and call you names and disrespect the hell out of you and probably think of you as less of a person. But here you go, being overly right-wing, being overly racist. And when I say racist, it's not like, oh, I'm just over-exaggerating. No, like Myron comes online, he's like, I hate you. You know me? I can't say it because we're on YouTube, but he be, I hate you hard, or I hate y'all. Like, basically on some real Uncle Tom type, like he above other black people. Them racists don't look at him the same as they look at everybody else. They don't look at Myron and say, you know, he's one of the good ones. They look at Myron and like, oh, he them. But right, y'all know the other day, well, about a week ago, Chud would, you know,
Myron's not even passing. That man does not look white at all. Like sometimes I not understand, but I can kind of I can kind of see why people like that act like that because they want like some sort of like proximity to whiteness. But that man's not white. Like there's no mistaking it. There's no passing. There's just that's not a white man. It's like, well, why are you thinking like this? Is he an Uncle Tom? Is that what this man is?
he'll get arrested. He went out in public and he started harassing people and somebody retaliated. And they retaliated and Chud ended up shooting himself. He shot the man and himself. And when it happened, it was all over the internet. And Myron was on Chud's side. Myron would just start being racist. We tired of y'all chimpanzee, orangutan, ape. Like, you feel me? That's the type of time that Myron was on.
Gross.
And I just can't understand why you are defending this.
Chud the Builder is saying and doing what a lot of people in America wish they can do. That's tough. I get it. Some of y'all niggas don't like to hear that. Some of you guys are mad about that. But there's a reason why he's had a meteoric rise over the past year. People are tired of Do I gotta be the one to We're tired of you fucking chimpanzee, orangutan, ape. We're tired of y'all, man. No one wants to live around y'all. No one wants to go to Atlanta. No one wants to get on Spirit Airlines. No one wants to get on any.
What the fuck? I don't understand how people like this have a platform. Well, actually, no, I guess I do. Because there's a bunch of racists out there. But, like, I just think it's crazy this is allowed. And, like, people aren't ashamed of saying this. Like, oh, we live in such a weird time.
Any budget airline and deal with you, mother. Nobody wants to go into a gas station where they say we accept EBT and SNAP. Nobody wants to date black.
I've never seen a man filled with like this much self-hate. Like, does he look in the mirror every day and hate himself? He has to. I gotta take the headset off for this. This nigga gotta wake up every day and it's just like, bro, like I hate me. Like, dude, does he look in the mirror and is he seeing white skin? Is he looking in the mirror and seeing not himself? I don't get niggas like this. How do you hate yourself this much to the point where your entire life is hating your own people? Like I always say, racism is a low IQ. There is, and he's racist. Automatically, you have to deduct IQ points because this is kindergarten level shit. What do you mean you don't like him because he's just a different color? And if we really gonna dig into these statistics, like I always do, like I've said before, people always like to pull out this argument that, oh, black people are hard to be around. You know, we black fatigue. Horrible term, horrible the way of thinking. Black fatigue, like I just can't be around you black Americans. And it's just like, what are your experiences at hand that makes you feel like, oh damn, I can't be?
And it's crazy because black people are the most caring and the most accepting. Like, if there's someone of, if example, if there's a party and someone of another race joins into like a dance line or something, black people will hype this person up, be like, to make them feel included. Not like side eye them. They're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, come join in on the fun. Or if we go to someone else's event and it's another culture, we're joining in. We're like, oh, okay, like, show me how to do the dance. Let me try the food. Let me do this. Like, I want to, like, be engulfed in the culture. We don't get that same respect, bro. It's crazy. Or if you're like, I feel like if you ever need, well, I actually don't recommend doing this because don't ask me for help. But in general, if I needed directions, I would go to black people. If I see if I see someone else on the street, I'm like, they might not be too friendly. Like, let me go ask this black lady. But don't ask me questions. I ain't got no answers for you, bro.
Around these black Americans, not what you seen on the internet, but realistically, you as a person, not the internet, not what you see on the news, not what you read on the article, but firsthand, what has a black American done to you? What
Nothing.
Have you seen all of the shit that these people say online happen to you in real life? Oh, black people are so violent. Has that affected you? Oh, black people do this, black people do that. Has any of this shit actually happened to you in real life? Or are you just pushing propaganda? Or are you just pushing the narratives that's been put in front of you for years? Not the actual reality. Okay, Antonio Talks, he did his video, right? He was beefing with this nigga that was, I'm not gonna say beefing, but they got into a disagreement, right? It was basically this dude who wasn't in America, and he made a video and was like, oh, why are black Americans like that, right? And immediately he starts talking and you can tell, oh, he's not from America. So immediately your argument doesn't matter anymore. What you have to say doesn't matter because this didn't affect you firsthand. This isn't a situation where it's, oh, you can look at it from the outside and form an opinion. No, it's a situation where you have to be in it to actually have an opinion. You're just saying shit that you see off the internet. And then the thing is, the video of the dude, speaking down on black Americans, do you know what type of imagery he was using in this video? He had a little, he one of them bitch ass niggas. He's scared to show his face online, all of that. So he had himself as a little drawing in a bucket of fucking chicken. And he talking about black Americans. Off the rip, the whole video was just in bad faith. And that's exactly how a lot of these people think. They will do very racist things or have a lot of microaggressions. And then when black people call them out, they're like, you're being a little racist. They want to, oh, y'all using the victimhood mentality. Oh, y'all not living in reality. Oh, racism doesn't affect y'all. Y'all want to make everything about race. When in fact, it's kind of the opposite. A lot of you make everything about race when it doesn't need to be. But back to Myron, the same conversation applies to him. What could have caused to be like this? Like, some shit is not meant to be understood. Like, you will never see me.
I think it's like a cult. Like, that's what I'm convinced. I think people don't feel included. So then they're like online looking for somewhere to be included. And then they just like get like brainwashed into thinking this way because it doesn't make sense. Like I'm pretty sure, I think the man is brainwashed. Like, well, not just him, but just people that think like that in general that are like clearly not white. It's like, what's going on here? What happened? Like it's some type of brainwashing. It's like cult like behavior because it just doesn't make sense.
Get on here and just bash another group of people because I want to. What?
Honestly, if you get offended too bad, you're probably the monkey. Because I'll tell you this, the black people that are intelligent aren't going to be offended by what I'm saying.
Yes, they are. It's not like, okay, I have this specific target that I'm talking about. Like, right, he has a specific man or person. He's like, this person did this and this person did that. No, you're generalizing an entire group of people. You can't say, oh, the intelligent black people won't feel away. Do you hear what the fuck is coming out of your mouth? It's not like you're giving constructive criticism. I'm being very racist and I'm hating myself. No person in their right mind is gonna look at you and be like, oh, Myron is right about that. This goes to show anybody on this planet can have a platform. No matter how flawed or bad of an individual you are, you can have a platform if you spew enough hate and a lot of people resonate with it.
Niggas sit there and say, I know black, Bobby. There's a reason why the Puerto Rican niggas, even though they're too. I know black, Bobby. There's a reason why African niggas, I know black. You guys have a bad reputation. You guys have bad stereotypes that follow you. And unfortunately, a lot of you adhere to the stereotypes. Whether it's Waka Flocka chimping out or Jake Paul agreeing that there's a problem or he wants to be able to do blackface because Drewski can openly do white face. There's a clear double standard in America that tired of. We're tired of tiptoeing around black issues because you stupid monkeys want to be the only ones to be able to criticize. You can't talk about this because you ain't black. You ain't one of us, so you can't criticize. Get out of here with that retarded. Get the fuck out of here with that. Do I gotta be a mathematician to say 1 + 1 is 2? Do I got a scientist to say water is wet? You can't talk about us because you ain't black. Shut the fuck up. That's precisely why because you rely upon other blacks to criticize black.
This is another one of them cases where he's being
Sometimes I'm very happy I'm not on certain sides of the internet because I don't know that man. And I think I would have blocked him if he ever came up on my timeline. Like certain stuff like that, I don't think we should feed into. Like I'm gonna finish the video just because I'm curious, but I'm gonna mute this man's name afterwards. Myron Gaines will never come up on my TL, not on TikTok, not on Twitter, not on nothing. I don't need to see that.
disingenuous because you're just talking bullshit. You're just using narratives that you hear on the internet and applying it to all black people. You just saying shit. Whatever goes to this nigga brain, he don't think about it. He just says it with no real backing behind it. Basically, he's trying to say that black people don't accept the fact that they can be criticized, and that's not the case. 90% of the time, if somebody is trying to quote unquote criticize black people as a whole, which generalization shouldn't really be a thing, it shouldn't be something we do anymore, but when that happens, it's never out of good faith. It's always out of malicious intent. It's always as a way to be racist. So for him to try to, flip it how he's flipping it, it's an interesting move from Mr. Myron.
And even if someone like me, who comes from the land of the blacks, aka Sudan, you stupid ass monkeys will sit there and say, well, you ain't Cloudfly, you a tether, you from Africa. It's like nobody can criticize y'all. And we're tired of it, bro. We're tired of it. I gotta be the guy to say what it is. Chud the Builder is popular because everyone has black exhaustion.
He's popular because people are racist. Like that's just the fact. I think I came to the conclusion that there's a lot more racism in the US than people think. The first time Trump won. And because in my head, I'm just like, that's impossible. This man can't win. Like, people are going to see this. People are going to realize, like, he's racist. They're not going to believe in that. But then it was like, nope, he won. Like, I remember literally, I was in college at the time, first year of college. People was staying up watching the election results. My ass was like, I'm going to sleep. Like, Hillary going to win. What I'm watching this for? I went to sleep. I woke up. There was literally, they sent out an email to the school and was like, don't go to this part of campus. Mind you, this part of the campus was like a free expression tunnel. And so you could spray paint whatever you wanted. Normally, you would spray paint like, hey, come to this club at this time. Hey, we're giving out free pizza. Or just like have like a beautiful artist doing paintings. Nope. They put out a trigger warning. It was like, don't go over here because people were painting like, oh, kill N-words, all this other stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, well that's great. That's great. This is what we have to deal with. And I was like, okay, I understand. I was in a bubble. in high school. Clearly, I didn't realize what the world really was. But then when you got into the world, you're like, oh, okay, it is majority racist out here. Like people think we're so far removed from it, but we're not. We're not. They're out here and they're deep. That's why this person's popular. It has nothing to do with him being right. It's just there's a lot of people that think like this, think wrong, poorly.
It's not a real thing. It's just
Oops.
Chud has supporters because he's racist, and
Yeah.
people are still racist today. It's not black fatigue. It's not black exhaustion. It's just people are full of hate,
Racism.
and the hate never went away. And the hate will never go away because it's so ingrained in people. Stereotypes and just, you know, bad ideas about groups of people have been so ingrained. These microaggressions have been so instilled in certain people that it's just forever gonna be here, and it's forever gonna be taught down. Oh, black people are this, or this group of people is this. It's just a never-ending conversation that doesn't matter. That's why I always say racism is low IQ, because it's bad people on every side of the world. Like, my nigga, it's not just black people that commit crimes and do bad shit. Like, talk about, you know, the high ass percent of white men that touch on little kids, or
Shoot up schools.
having CP on their hard drives and all of this crazy shit. But you just want to single out black people. That's the problem with a lot of these arguments and creators. They don't like to focus on everything. They like to single out black people. Look, if you're gonna say black people do this and commit this crime and black on black, whatever, make sure you speak on every side of it. It ain't just black people in this country. It ain't just black people in prison. It ain't just black people in the streets. It's a lot of everybody. Criticize everybody, not just one group. That's why I say when these niggas talk, it's never out of good intent. It's always malicious, because you would talk about everybody. But back to Chud and Myron. You know, a lot of people saying, you know, Chud is just using his free will. Chud's just using his free speech. You can't get mad. And Myron was one of them. He was like, look, you know, you can never be offended over just a word. You black people are offended over a word. Like, that gets you that mad? Then he would come out and openly show that, oh, I'm a hypocrite. I do not stand what I believe on. Like I always say, people love to say, you know, the word. Hard out just the word. It shouldn't affect you. It shouldn't hold no weight in your life. But let's say you out on the street with your mama. Y'all going to the store, and a nigga come up to you and call your mama a bitch. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get mad. If a nigga walks up to you and calls your God fake and says your religion isn't real, you're gonna get mad. So that's why when people are like, you know, words are just words, that's you speaking on the internet through your phone. If you really in that situation, if a nigga go up to your mama while y'all together and call her a bitch, you gonna crash. That's why I don't listen to people when they use that whole words are words arguments. Words are words for a reason.
And words have
Every
meanings.
word has a meaning behind it, good or bad.
If you get that offended over words, that's very bad, bro. Very bad. If you get offended like that over words, that could put you in jail. That could get you hit with an assault and battery charge, a deadly weapons charge, whatever it may be.
And using those type of words, like Chud has experienced, might get you arrested for attempted murder, for a hate crime. That's what I'm hoping for.
God forbid a manslaughter or murder charge because you can't control yourself. 5 seconds. You couldn't control yourself. Now you spending 50 years. You're getting mad at some dude
No,
calling
that's what
someone
Chud
else's
needs to
name on
experience.
the internet. Like, think about that. Talking about haram this, haram that. You're a kafir that, murtad, all these other. They told the person I'll fucking punch him. Call me murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful. That they would never fucking say to me in person. Ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock him out right then and there.
Wow, but it's just words, right? You can't just jeopardize your freedom because of a word, right? Ain't that what you just said, Mr. Myron? You just openly contradicting yourself. You sit here talking down on people for feeling a way about words, and then you feeling a way about words. You going worse than what other people are doing. You saying, I'll knock you out. You know, I'll do this. I'm inciting violence. But ain't that what you supposed to be against? This is why a lot of these people on the internet are clowns. You can't listen
They
to
just
people.
talking.
Don't even listen to me sometimes. Maybe y'all think I'm a clown. Point is, bro, form your own opinion. Y'all cannot be relying on these random ass niggas on the internet who don't even stand on their.
I like when people say that. Like, actually, you shouldn't listen to me. I mean, you can listen, but you don't gotta take what I'm saying as fact, and you can disagree. I'm just telling you talking. Like, I think it's funny. Like, sometimes people be in my comments saying like some crazy shit. I'm like, you talking to me? You talking to yourself? Like, because I'm gonna respond.
own principles. Myron can't stand on what he believes in. He right now just did all of that talking, bro. I can't believe you let a word bother you. And then the same nigga let words bother him. Interesting. That's why you can't take these niggas serious.
At all. I have been thinking though, like maybe we should just start saying some of their slurs back to them. You know? Like be more creative. Now, is that going low when we should go high? Maybe. But I don't believe you should always go high. I don't think you should always take the high route. That's just me.
But if we want to look into a little bit of Mr. Myron's background, a couple months ago, you know he got in trouble for making fun of Holocaust victims. He's on, he's on stage throwing up the mustache man salute. Why? I couldn't tell you.
Oh,
because
so he
it's
just
like,
doesn't care about
how are you
anyone.
gonna support Mustache Man when Mustache Man would have, you know what? He would have killed you. And you gonna basically throw up that set. Bro, he would have killed you. I don't understand this. This is why they is mental illness.
So
The University of Florida's move to boot a Republican student organization off campus Monday came after a photo posted online that showed a member doing the Hitler salute. The UF College Republicans quickly fought back in federal court, filing a lawsuit a day later, arguing that the school violated its First Amendment's rights. The salute photo and other photos of members pictured with this prominent far-right figures such as white nationalist neo-Nazi influencer Nick Fuentes and Manosphere creator Myron Gaines circulated on social media late last week, after an activist posted them to social media, tagging the FBI and the UF. And basically, it was a big-ass controversy at this Florida school because why are we giving Myron Gaines a platform? Why? What could this man have to say that's actually useful and productive to the community? This is like the situation they have in the SC State, if you heard about that. Basically, SC State is this HCBU, and they had this woman come up here and basically go against everything that school stood for. That lady was supposed to go up to that school and speak at their graduation, and basically she's really far right. She's MAGA. She's anti everything that school stands for. And when the students at the school decided to go peacefully protest, you know what she did? Instead of saying, oh, maybe I'm not the right fit for this, or you know what, maybe our values and our ideals don't align with each other, this isn't the best place for me to go. She decided to get online.
So who even hired her for that anyway? Like, did they do their research about who she was? Like, how did she come across the timeline? It's like, oh yeah, she gonna be on our list of people to speak at this graduation. I don't understand that. Like, was she a former alum? Like, is she an alum of that school? Why were people like, oh yeah, come speak? Because clearly the students ain't want her. The students did not write her name down. I need to know that. That's the real question.
And call this group of black students that were peacefully protesting a woke mob.
Mind you, really peacefully. All they did was have a sit-in. They was sitting down. And then when the I think it was the dean or someone came and they were just talking to him. And it was one person talking to them. One person having a conversation with the dean. But they're a mob. Make that make sense. Someone sitting down having a conversation is a mob.
Do you hear how crazy that sounds? They was peacefully protesting. It wasn't like, oh, we crashing. It wasn't, oh, we being ghetto like a lot of you niggas would say. It was just people just out and they just wanted to do what was right for the school. And she called them a woke mob. She called these peaceful protesters a mob. Why was this even allowed? Was there any thought put behind this? Was there any thought behind these niggas putting Myron Gaines as a speaker for this school? What are we talking about? One article will write this. Since the summer of 2023, Gaines has increasingly embraced anti-Semitism, and even though he is a black man, he has positioned himself as a white nationalist ally. Gaines and his co-hosts and their guests regularly engage in Holocaust denial and distortion, defend and praise Mustache Man, and promote anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and tropes about Jewish power and greed. In one video, white nationalist streamer Nick Fuentes and several other guests can be seen performing the salute at the Fresh and Fit set. Gaines joked about teaching the salute to his dog. And you know, it got to a point where we're agreeing with DJ Academics. Academics been on Chud the Builder ass, he been on Myron ass, he been on Sneeko ass, everybody involved.
No, that's facts. Sometimes I be questioning myself when I agree with academics, but you know what? When you're right, you're right.
Involved in that side of the internet, Ack has been on him. Surprisingly, because Ack normally comes out and he has very controversial takes. But now he's doing good. Like he's pressing Myron because Myron is speaking stupid. I'm still digging on this. How can you defend Chud the Builder? Nigga, he don't like you. This that bird brain shit. What are we doing?
Right? Like he hasn't established where he feels in like he's in fear of his life. He says the guy punches him. He never says, "Hey,
You don't have to fear for your life.
you know." A lot of people look at you in terms of yo, Myron knows the law. You would not recommend to your audience that if they are legally licensed to carry a gun, if they got punched, they should shoot the person. That would be just sending them to jail.
Again,
it doesn't work like that.
Again, getting punched in the face is like me.
Basically, Myron was trying to excuse Chud shooting this man that he initiated the conflict with and then used a very escalated form of violence. Chud provoked this man after the man told him, look, I got PTSD, like I'm not okay, like don't with me. Chud continued with him, and then when the man retaliated, Chud escalated. The man might have hit Chud, but that don't mean, hey, I'm about to uphold on you. You could have hit that with your fist and you wouldn't have been in jail right now. It would have been an equal reaction. But that wasn't an equal reaction. You uphold and shot yourself like a dumbass. And you got people like Myron defending him. And when people like Myron have a platform, it enables so many people to really think this way. Because a lot of these racist people, they don't think like this in real life. Like Chud is a very rare example of somebody really showing how racist they are in real life. So many
I don't know if he's rare. I think he's rare because of how vocal he is with it. But nowadays, I feel like people are just they're like energized. They're like I don't know the right word for it. I feel like nowadays people just feel like they can do it. Like they feel safe to speak this way. Like, oh, okay, like it's okay. But it's not. And I think a lot of people think this way. It's just they're probably not as vocal. But I have a pessimistic view of society. So maybe I'm wrong. But I think there's a lot of people that think like this. We're just I'm not I don't associate with those people.
of these racist people, probably a doctor, your therapist, your neighbor, the nigga you see at the grocery store, your cashier, they might be racist, but they too much of a bitch to show it. They know if they spew their racism in real life, they getting punched in the throat. So it's like, no, yeah, I'm just not gonna say it, and I'm gonna fuel my racist desires through people like Myron and Andrew Tate and Sneeko and Chud the Builder. That's why these people have platforms the way they do, because these racists don't have that outlet in real life. And Myron, you just one of them niggas on the internet I got no respect for. Like I always say, whatever I say on this mic is what I would say in real life, and I swear to God I would tell Myron in his face, I got no respect for you, because what are you doing? Look at how you live your life. I feel like on his deathbed, he might look back at life and regret all of the decisions he made, how he lived, the
I don't think so.
propaganda he pushed into so many of these young people, and I feel like he might regret it. He
I think
realized,
he's happy
damn,
about it.
I was being stupid and I was being fueled by horrible things.
That's something else I don't like. I don't like when people like when they're close to the end, they start like having all this forgiveness and repenting. It's like, nah, nigga, die how you live. You're going to hell. There's no going back now. Um, okay.